and welcome back to the Lion's Den, everybody. This is Panzer King here, and this is the new version 3 Global War 1936 map. We got this in the mail today, Brian and I. We were just going through everything. Big thanks and shout out to Doug, who actually sent it early to us, just a bit, just to make sure we got it on time, because we were going to do a practice game before this tournament that we're going to have, and I just wanted to show you and go over the new map before I start putting everything on it. The tokens, the markers, all the little pieces, which will cover most of it up probably by the time we're done. But yeah, this is it. This is a beauty. This map is absolutely gorgeous. You just look at the depth and the range, the mountains. Everything has a little bit pop. You know, like if you look at the northern mountains here in Morocco, just the color, just so vibrant. Even the oceans stand out more. You have just more detail, mountain ranges, sea zones, jungles, everything. It just gives it such a beautiful pop when you look at it. If you compare that to this, and then over here, I have the original map set up. Just look at the color. And then you go back, and now look at Africa. It's just so different, and yet so good. I'm so impressed. It was definitely worth the wait. Let's just go through some of the details and changes just briefly. Let's start up here in England, or the United Kingdom. You have now 4 territories. London is its own, British Midlands, Northern England, Scotland. And then up here, you have the Faroe Islands and the Shetland Lands, which are added on. They weren't in the old map. You see Iceland's a little bit more iced over. Same with Greenland and Baffin Island. Looks like we got tundra up there in the Northwest Territories. Panning down here, we see St. Pierre and Miquelon, just off the coast of Newfoundland. And it's also labeled correctly, as well as Labrador. So that's a big plus, especially me being a Canadian. You also see these little crossings here. Short little land crossings where land units can pop off one at a time, or over here across the English Channel you have same thing. There's one up here, I believe, in Denmark and Sweden. Going down here, there's one between Sicily and southern Italy. I don't see any in South America, and there are none, as far as I know, in Africa. But there is one off the coast of India, connecting Ceylon, or Sri Lanka today, and one between Hainan and Hong Kong, and another one up here in Hokkaido Island, dividing Hokkaido and Honshu, which are now separate as well. But yeah, just so rich. The mountain ranges, even small desert ranges. You may not even be able to see this, but this is just briefly labeled right there, the Soronado Desert, I think. It's hard to even see on that because it's so small. Just even the mountains and the Rocky Mountains. You can even see the little area where Prince George is in the map. St. Lawrence Island is a new addition up there. Alaska is just configured just a bit differently. You scan down here. Instead of Iwo Jima, you have now the Volcano Islands, just relabeled. Same with Guam. Guam is no longer Guam, it's the Mariana Islands, and it's been altered just a bit. And once again, you see the jungle terrain. What is the desert terrain? Over here, you can pan up here and see differences with just even the mountains and just the small deserts right there too. Especially if you're moving Randall to Randall into this territory, you'll be crossing into a desert. The Taklamakan Desert up here, the Gobi Desert, all new additions, right? Just the map is absolutely gorgeous. I'm just so impressed with everything on it. Like even Turkey, just look at the detail Turkey has there. Greece, the only thing I wish is that I wish Athens was actually indicated in the map. I mean, when you get cities like Sofia, Belgrade, Bucharest, even Istanbul, just would be nice because it is one of the major cities in the actual European theater, and it was captured, and it was a big publicity stunt for the Germans. They took a lot of propaganda photos just like they did when they were in Paris. So it would have been nice just to see that on there, but hey, I'm not too worried about it. But you can see now Greece is also in under territory. Cool thing though, like they add important cities like Toronto, Anzio over here as well. Just small details that just make it look so much nicer than the old one. Tobruk is added in, same with the Qatar Depression. A lot more accurate. You know, you had Rommel up against Montgomery and Alexander in North Africa in 42 and 43. So obviously, yeah, if you're going to do this, it's going to be probably very historically accurate. Just panning back here. Yeah, even jungle in Cameroon, Belgian Congo. Just look at the depth and the colors. It's hard to see on this camera here, and just with a bit of the glare, but you can see how well Madagascar is defined as well. But yeah, like I say, just so happy with it. Just going to go briefly over the new battle boards here. You can see air transport, naval transport, light carrier. Some of the new units there as well. Seaplanes are in it. They got the difference between heavy bomber, strategic bomber, all the different battleships and battle cruisers. Like I say, it's just a lot more detailed. And of course, now you got the heavy battleship up there at number 10. And on the other side, the defending side, you know, just units are allocated differently. Like you got things like tank destroyers and attack transports that are new. It's going to be a real challenge, but a lot of fun playing this, even advanced mechanized. Like I say, this is just going to be so much more involved than version 2, but probably so much more realistic. And then if you look here, we have the build chart for carriers, battleships, factories, light carriers, and it's divided now not into 4 stages, it's 3 stages. Easier, quicker to build, but of course you got more stuff. Major, minor dockyards, major ports, minor ports, transports, submarines, you know, everything is just changed slightly. Major, medium, minor factories. It's going to be pretty fun playing this when you know you're not going to be waiting 4 stages. You can do it in 3. That being said, we also have the industrial production chart here. Very similar to the other one. The points maxes out at 120. The only difference is these are a little bit different. They show you just different versions and the start of the war. And of course, the dates are all the same, except we don't stop at 45. We go into 46, 47, 48 for that alternate ending. So that's going to be fun. We might have a very short war in comparison or a very long war. And last but not least, the technology chart. Pretty epic here. You got everything that you usually have, but we have 3 more additions. Heavy battleships, heavy carriers, and attack transports. A little bit more technology, a little bit higher scoring on these ones. Not as bad as like strategic rockets, for instance, or heavy bombers, but still, you're gonna have to spend a few bucks. Well, I guess in this new version, you'll probably have to just spend a few bucks on some more factories to get the dice rolls to start researching technology. But yeah, super excited about this, guys. I'm going to try to make this video under 10 minutes. I'm just going to say thanks again to Historical Board Gaming and Doug. Super excited for the Spring Offensive that's coming up here in the next few weeks. Time is crunching. So I know General Hand Grenade, he just got his stuff today, as I said. He's doing a video right now, so if you haven't seen his video, go check it out. It's probably going to be a little more detailed, and he might even be a little bit more excited than I am. But this is Panzer King here, signing out in a Lion's Den. Take care, everybody.